Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha, Rakakwadash Mama. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders. Double honors to my elder as well, Ahar Wan Ben Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. And salutations to the fellow Akim, our wife and the children that believe in truth and in sincerity. It's your brother Athan Yalla back to another lesson, and Yahara Tazah is edifying.
We are a collective conscious, and a cyborg sent from the year 2050, sent from a higher civilization to warn people of the incoming apocalypse.
How will it end?
With environmental disaster, technological singularity, disease, and famine.
And will you fall victim to that demise at the same time, the collective you?
Our body will, the real Orin body will, but the collective will stay alive.
And the collective will exist in what plane? I mean, will the planet still be here?
The planet will be destroyed.
Okay. Will you be mechanized by then?
We are
Wrong. All right. Pertaining to the planet being destroyed. All right. But I just want to expound upon this. All right. Yahara Tazah is edifying. But basically, you have a Jake woman taking her son to Dr. Phil. All right. Again, these physicians, these so-called doctors, they're physicians of no value. All right. Even the term doctor, when you go into the etymology of the word, it goes into like a falsifier, a liar. So this is the etymology for doctor. It says what? Church father, Old French doctor, the medieval Latin, a religious teacher, advisor, scholar, teacher. All right, as there's many definitions for the term doctor. But when you go into the etymology of it, from where it stemmed from, whether it's from the Greek, the French, the Latin, here it says from the 1590s, to treat as a doctor, administer medical treatment to. All right, like what you would use the term doctor for today. All right, a doctor, somebody you go to administer treatment for whatever ailment or health issue you may have. But then it also says what? Sense of alter, disguise for the purpose of deception, right? Because what a doctor does today, he gives you partial herb, right? What the Lord required for you to be healed is what he give you fruit bearing seed, all right, green herb, roughly paraphrasing. Prayer, right? Because dealing with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is spiritual intervention in that when it comes to your health, being on the right hand side of the Heavenly Father, man, and His good gracious, all right, and knowing Him, all right, His health and wealth in that in itself, all right, spiritually. But when you go into the term doctor here, it says what? Alter, disguise for the purpose of deception, because the doctor today, in today's society, they'll give you medicine or treatment will ultimately lead you to come back. All right. Ultimately being a witch. I believe a necromancer, but a witch, basically. All right. And another term for it as well, it says what? Falsify. All right. So they're falsifying. All right, what? Giving you half truths, little truths, all right, pertaining to what? Your health. But just as your health, you have that in the world. All right, lies, deceit, deception, which come in sheep's clothing, but inside they're ravening wolves, man. They're to destroy, all right, manipulate. But Jake, just going back to Jake want to be bicentennial, man. All right.
Will you be mechanized by then?
We are already
All right, for the late 90s, that is. All right, I was born in the early 90s, but I caught it when I was like a little kid. It was like a big award-winning movie to where they was trying to portray what was going to happen in the future. all right, which where we're in those times now, to where they're trying to make man cyborgs, half man, half robotics. You have the Boston Dynamics company. You have Elon Musk, who's an innovator when it comes to tech, with his devices, the Neuralink, so on and so forth, which this guy stated that he has an implant in his head. All right, but his mother, she begged to differ, but she don't know what he may have today, because even though she may have birthed him in the flesh, all right, he can be altered in this society. And that's why the Lord has to be, he has to intervene. All right, the multitude perish that were born in vain. All right, because what he considered the devices that came into this place, all the way to the deception, from the deception all the way into the physical devices that they have set in stone, and are trying to and ultimately going to get ready to implement it inside of the people. This is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And this is him giving power to the image of the beast. Again, the elites, they speak through media. This is why you have a segment like this on the Dr. Phil. All right. This dude is really dry, a boring ass guy. He's a fake doctor. All right. He's the doctor for the media, like the Dr. Oz is. Like the Dr. Oz. The Dr. Oz is the guy, but it's another lady that be with him. She look real witchy, like a fade. She wear like a fade hairdo. But so on and so forth, man. These doctors, what they're here to falsify. Again, the physicians of no value, which the true doctors are the prophets. All right, those who bear in the Urim and the Thummim, the doctrine and truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that's here to heal and cleanse our people correctly, the correct way. All right. This is Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. Right, and it's speaking now, to where you even got a man trying to emulate a robot. All right. Well, you had in the movie Bicentennial, man, you had the robot ultimately becoming man, but Jake want to be man, human, to a robot. All right. He wants to they're gonna use the term mechanize. All right. He wants to be mechanized. All right. He want to be a machine, but ultimately the Lord is gonna mechanize you. He's gonna make you a machine. All right. With what the new covenant, the new bodies, the law in our inward parts, us being out of this chains of darkness, this flesh. But it's continuing on, Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? So those who don't worship that image, that RFID microchip, you're ultimately going to be, it's the Lord's test. Ultimately, you're going to be presented with what? A lot of temptation, all right? Ultimately, you're going to be presented with death, all right? You're not going to be able to. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? You're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you have that device, unless you ultimately give your spiritual allegiance to the beast, to this system, all right? And that's what the Lord is warning our people not to do, because when you do that, you're going to be thrusted through with fire and brimstone, pertaining to Revelations 14, verse 9 and 10, in the presence of the Lamb and in the presence of the holy angels, man. When Yahweh Shai returns, all right, you're going to be destroyed for clinging on to this devil, all right, from clinging on to Massa and allowing him to do whatever he want to do with your temple, which your temple is of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, first and foremost. And this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 8. Drop down, ye heavens, from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness. Let the earth open, and let them bring forth salvation, and let righteousness spring up together. I, the Lord, have created it. Right, pertaining to Matthew chapter 6. All right, the Lord's Prayer, all right, that the heaven shall be brought down to earth, all right, as it is in heaven, shall it be on here on earth, roughly paraphrasing. But it says what? Woe unto him that striveth with his maker, right? Verse 9. And woe represents destruction. And that's what 2/3 of our people do. They strive against their maker. All right. They want to cling on to the enemy. They want to cling on to the science that's falsely so called of Esau, Edom, to where they want to be a robot. They think it's cool to be to talk like a cyborg or go into the internet of things, all right, and to be tied down to the internet of things. When the Lord is clearly saying, if you do that, you're going to be cut off, all right, completely. Though they're cut off pretty much already, all right, been given that mindset of the world, as you can see, all right. This Jake is bugged out, all right. He got demons on him. He got a tech Elon Musk demon on him or something, all right. This is Isaiah 45:9. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, what makest thou? Or thy work, he hath no hands? All right. That goes into what the potter has to say, what the clay has to say to the potter, right? Why join the wicked? All right, and his establishments of trying to play as God, as it speaks of in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. He tries to play as God. All right, he's sitting in the temple of God, showing himself to be power, and 2/3 of our people run up under that and cling on to his philosophies, his ways, his demonocracy, to where they think they're gonna be half man and half machine, half robot, and live forever that way. No, the Lord is flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. This is verse 10 in Isaiah 45:10. Woe unto him that saith unto his father, what begettest thou? Or to the woman, what hast thou brought forth? Thus saith the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, and his maker, ask me of things to come concerning my sons, and concerning the work of my hands, command ye me. Right, not Esau, Edom, not the heathen, not the wicked. All right, you want to seek out the Lord's, want to seek out what the Lord is coming to do, what he has set up for you and your people. All right, when it comes to what a new covenant, the blessings, all right, the brooks of honey, all right, really the kingdom. This is the book of Philippians chapter 3 and verse 17. Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. Right, so you should be walking uprightly, man, in the faith and the truth. All right, searching out the Father's will, whose name is Yahweh, who the world only calls God, and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls JC. All right, you want to be followers together of the like-minded of that world, that cosmos, that particular arraignment and governing body. All right, that is dwelling in the same space. All right, and when it comes to their la'ab, their heart, their mind. Verse 18, for many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right, they're the enemies, man. They're the same ones who helped overthrow Yahweh Shai, man, when he was on the scene. Helped give him up to the Romans, all right? Pontius Pilate, all right? Stuck the thorn in his side, ultimately. All right, they're enemies of the cross. They're enemies of being here and bearing the affliction and acknowledging their offense to return back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They think that this is end all be all, just like the heathen. All right. Well, I think that's in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4. All right, how the righteous is not for their turn. So, hey, 2/3 of our people have the same mindset. Hey, they want it now. All right, they want their GMO prosperity now versus everlasting prosperity. All right, in the kingdom. Verse 19, whose end is destruction, whose power is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things, right? They mind earthly things. That's why they spiritually discern. All right. When you tell them they can't have their cake and eat it too, they look at you like you the one wrong, like you hating. No, it don't go that way. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, who shall change our vile body, right? Yahweh Shah is going to change our vile body, all right? We shall be as he is, man, when we see him, right? Who shall change our vile body, man? Yahweh Shah Mashiach is going to change our vile body, not Esau Edom, not his technology, all right? Not yourself. You know, he's like, oh, he want to be, he's mechanized. He's becoming mechanized, but he's not fully mechanized. Well, if that's the case, shit, I broke my leg and I got a titanium rod in my leg from the knee to the ankle and screws for the rest of my fleshly life. I'm not looking to be mechanized anymore, you know, with no more metals in my body. All right. That even put more of a pain and affliction, especially coming into the times we're in now, going into the fall and winter. All right. When the seasons change, when your body starts to feel different. All right. And change. All right. Which shows you that this flesh is temporal. All right. It's going to die off. Ultimately, when the Lord returns, you know, especially when it comes to the wicked. All right. They're going to be, their flesh has to be changed completely, man. They're going to be destroyed, right? Through fire and brimstone, right? Through the second death. If they don't die of the famine, of the things that he did mention prior to the whole earth being destroyed, which was wrong. All right. But famine, the uproars on the earth, plagues, all that stuff is rightfully true. So again, it's mixed messages. Again, they talk through the media. But it's back in Philippians 3:21 from the top again. Who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. Right. You know, so what could we say being the creation? What could we say to the creators? All right, to the creator. This is Second Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 1. And I'll go back to letting a little bit more of what this bug out is saying. All right, in this 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and house not made with hand, eternal in the heavens, man, right? All right, that goes with the body as well. All right, those suits that the Lord have for us, man. You know, if we was to be translated from this realm to the next, all right, we can't inherit. We ain't going in like how we are right now today. All right, we go in with a glorified body, man. We gonna have that glorified body, man, being in the Shemaims, man. All right. Like going to the elect that have passed, they would have the glorified body already. All right. King David would have to come back glorified. But just to continue on, 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 2. For in this we groan earnestly, discerning to be clothed up with our house, which is from heaven. If so be that being clothed, we shall not be found naked, right? You know, you want to put on as the elect, you want to have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So when he returns, he gives you that full covering, man. Again, the new covenant, the blessings, the new bodies. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, neither do corruption inherit incorruption, right? Neither do the things that man made, your steel, your tin, your brass, your iron, none of that ain't going into the kingdom of heaven as well. So you can be half flesh and you can be half machinery, all right? Mechanized. You ain't getting into the Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua that way, all right? He's gonna clothe you.
Mechanized.
But you're not mechanized now.
We are. There is a brain implant, which is how we speak to you right now. Orin is but a shell.
Okay.
Or you don't have a brain implant.
So as you sit here now, you're mechanized.
Correct.
She, you know what I'm saying? She can't say that.
There is a brain implant, which is how we speak to you right now. Orin is but a shell.
Okay.
Or you don't have a brain implant.
And she can't rightfully say that for a surety. You know, she don't know what he have done as an adult, and if he might have had some type of procedure, all right? If he been away or, going to school, college, so on and so forth. All right, that's why we got to get up out of this place. You know, the Lord has to destroy America, Babylon the Great, not the whole world in itself. All right, but Babylon the Great and various other places throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, but here mainly in America, it's going to be a lake of fire. This is what the Lord has to destroy, man. Because the Lord is the one who gives, and takes. All right, not man. But this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain. And that's ultimately resorting to what the prophets, those who are fishing right now, they're being fishers of men. All right, preaching his word, teaching man so. But once the elect is sealed, all hell is going to break loose. All right. And once those elect men are gathered into the Lord's barn, all right, and that destruction come, that mushroom cloud of America that we just speaking about, is presented, all right, on the earth, and the Lord show his power through his men, all right, through his works, his divine intervention, through his son Yahweh Shai and the host of angels, all right, Michael and the angels, all right, that God-like power. Then those officials who was teaching the word, they go become hunters, man. They go be let loose, all right? The New Jerusalem is going to be brought down. Verse 17, for mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes. And first I recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things, right? Their idols. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Shall a man make gods unto himself, and there are no gods? Right. Man make cyborgs and all type of machinery. The Lord go make his own machinery through his men. All right. Thou art his battle axe and weapons of war, the scriptures say. All right, that's in Isaiah. The Lord go make his men, all right, put that divine intervention back on the earth and make his men glorious, man. They go marvel in that day with spiritual power. All right. When that Lord lift that standard up against them, man. So what Elon Musk don't know the Lord, you know, he's a Satanist. You know, Bill hates, Bill Gates, they don't know the Lord. Jeff Bezos, all these devils, they don't know the Lord. So they can't give you nothing, all right, that's going to make you better, all right? Dr. Phil, none of these people can give you nothing that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai ultimately is going to give you in that day. All right, so you have to make haste and return back to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Why Jake want to be a bicentennial, man? Why Jake want to be a robot? All right, even later on in another part of the segment, which this is a short part of the whole segment, he spoke about astral projection, all right, which is all that is demonic. You know, the Lord don't have to astral project. You know, the scriptures even speak about that. You know, low here or low there. You know, Jake bugged out. You know, and got that tech demon on him. This is the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33 and verse 7. Why doth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun? By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Right, so the Lord dictate which day is above the next, according to his will, according to his works, according to what his solemn feasts. All right, he don't account your feasts, your solemn and as a solemn assembly, roughly paraphrasing, man. He despises your scents and smells, your sacrifices, your abominable things that you lay upon the table. All right, twofold, both spirit, physically and spiritually. Verse 9, some of them have he made high days and hollowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary days. That's the point. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge the Lord have divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them have he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. Right? You know, and that's even when it comes to his own people. You know, you have 2/3 and you have that remnant. All right, that 1/3, men, women, and child. All right, the children that's gonna be believers and that he's gonna save from the said perils. All right, but then you have that multitude, the 2/3. All right, the mass multitude. All right, 66.6% of the 100, all right, of the totality of Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that's spoken of in Zechariah 13:8, all right, that are gonna perish here in America, all right, in the lake of fire, because they're gonna cling on and stay upon the one that smoked them, that taught them lies, that's bringing deceit, all right, the devil, Diablos, deceiver, all right, they're gonna be a part of the devil's deception and doctrine, all right, and uplift that and go and get devices, all right, so on and so forth, you know, become cyborgs, you know, ultimately they gonna want to be bicentennial man, you know, they gonna want to be mechanized versus, you know, set apart, all right, made holy, you know. So again, in verse 12, it says, some of them have he blessed and exalted. Some of them have he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it as his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liking him best. Verse 14, good is set against evil and life against death. So is godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly, man. So it's always going to be a battle in betwixt, all right, until the Lord come and set things in its proper perspective and declare the righteous one the winner, all right.
So as you sit here now, you're mechanized.
Correct.
Okay, because I thought I understood you to say that you are becoming mechanized.
Yes. We will become fully mechanized, as in the commercial sense shown on our shirt.
Okay,
But we are already mechanized.
But not fully.
No.
Okay, just partially mechanized.
Correct.
What part of you is mechanized?
Our brain, our legs.
Okay, your legs are mechanized?
Inside, yes. We've had
Okay.
operations.
Okay, so if we x-ray your legs, we would see mechanized legs, not bone and muscle.
Correct.
Would not be the
It
same.
is a combination of flesh and steel.
Right.
We are not saying that we are invincible. We are saying that we have merged with technology, with machine,
Right.
in order to stay alive.
I've got really crappy knees, so I
Understood.
would love to have.
Which that ain't gonna keep you alive. I want to get the etymology for mechanized. It says to render mechanical, bring into a mechanical state or condition. All right, ultimately, so you can be manipulated. All right, and that's what the people are being, that's what's being done to the people today. All right, creating third strand CNAs, right? Through the software that they made everybody take, all right, the jump shot, through the whole plan in it. So they're mechanizing you. All right, you're being brought to a mechanical state, and soon you go be tagged. That's a Johnson and Johnson. That's a P visor, so on and so forth.
So
Understood.
would love to have mechanized legs. It'd be a great thing. What do cyborgs do for fun?
And hey, the mechanism in the brain could just be very well the Neuralink. All right. Again, they talk through the media. You got to take the meat off the bone, so to speak, and see the spirituality and everything. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is in all things. All right. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2. I start at verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away in the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever, man. So it's all about figuring out the Lord's will, doing the will of the Heavenly Father. That's what's going to make you abide forever. That's going to make you live. Not man manipulating your flesh and trying to make you a robot is going to allow you to continue on. The Lord will take the soul right up out of the spirit up out of you. Verse 18, little children, it is the last time. And as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are they many Antichrists, right? Even 2/3 of your own people, they co-signing the bill, all right? John 8:44, the lust, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. All right, he was a liar and the father of it, man. All right, ultimately from the beginning, and 2/3 of our people cling on to them lies. All right, which in there in John 8:44 is speaking about Cain, but it's towards 2/3 of our people. All right, because what 2/3 of our people have gone in the way of Cain. So this verse 18 from the top again, little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come. Right, the anti-anointed, all right, those who are against the anointed one, they're against the bearing of the cross. Even now are they many antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time, right? We at the end, and we ain't going into slavery no more. This is it. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would not doubt have continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things. I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth, but because ye know it, and that no lie is of the truth, right? You know, so we have an unction to know all things, man, and no lies of the truth. All right, so this is the last time. So you have many antichrists rising up, all right, claiming that their way is the way, and it ain't. All right, those who are not acknowledging Yahweh Shai, all right, that's the antichrist. If you not acknowledging Yahweh Shai, he came, made Lord and the angels, and he was the sacrificial lamb for the people. All right, and you don't agree that he was in the flesh and had a body. And all right, and died in that body, all right, was persecuted in that body, and the Lord exalted him in that very body and gave him a new body and glorified him, then you're an antichrist. You're anti-Messiah. You're a non-believer. your adversary, your enemy, your contender, so to speak. It's verse 22 back in 1 John chapter 2 and 22. Who is a liar? But he that denieth that Yahweh Shai is the anointed. He is Antichrist that denieth the Father and the Son. Whosoever denieth the Son, the same have not the Father. But he that acknowledgeth the Son have the Father also, man. And that's why what the Lord put the world in their hearts to where they can't wrap their head around what they're going through, man. They're being hoodwinked and bamboozled to destruction through technology. All right, thinking they're smart. You know, anybody talking technology and tech, they talk as if they smart and they have a higher learning, when the wisdom of this world is foolishness to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, again, he the one who gave you the technology that you playing with and dealing with. But again, you fail to acknowledge him. That's that pride that these people have. Again, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, when it goes into this devil plan as God. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 4. And I'll close it down, and Yahweh This lesson was edifying. But this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 4. One generation passeth away and another generation cometh, but the earth shall abide forever. Right? That's just a clear point, cut scripture, you know, about what the earth is going to pass away. You know, that's what he said. He said that the earth would be destroyed. So what's the point of making you? It don't even make sense. If you're a cyborg, why are they making you? Why are you this new innovative thing to mankind to where the earth is still going to be destroyed anyway, and you're not going to exist? The collective are going to exist as far as the spirit, right? Because when everything dies, the spirit goes up to the Heavenly Father, man. As the scriptures say. And man can't obtain the spirit, all right? Shalom, Habatha, and DT until the next one.